What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Gorilla, and welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Review, the show from February 29th, 2020. And this will be your AEW Revolution 2020 results that took place in Chicago, Illinois at the Wintrust Arena under the promotion of, obviously, All Elite Wrestling. Now, the commentators were good old Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur on the main card, the main show itself of AEW Revolution. Meanwhile, you had Excalibur and Taz doing commentary for AEW Revolution during the buy-in, their own version of the pre-show. You had your Spanish commentators, you had your German commentators, you had your ring announcer, Justin Roberts, you had your referees in play, like Aubrey Edwards, Bryson Remsburg, Paul Turner, and Rick Knotts, and also you had your interviewers of Lexi Nair, the daughter of DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, and what retains to, our interviews needed for Tony Schiavone. Basically, the interviewers, the thing was during the buy-in, but not only here, but now let's get to the matches that took place. First of all, get one out of the way. They did have a dark match. I don't think anyone's seen the dark matches other than the fans that were there in Chicago that were attendance at the Wintrust Arena to see the match. This was a tag team match that featured Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Bad Girl, and now before being accompanied by Superbad, Kip Sabian, as Britt Baker and before goes up against Riho and Yuka Sakazaki. Yuka Sakazaki. And yeah, so it was a dark match. We have Britt Baker and before winning the match. So I don't know if it's going to be something that's going to be shown on All Elite Wrestling's YouTube channel, or maybe there'll be some fan that can record it on YouTube. That recorded it with the cameras and then post it on YouTube. I don't know. The point is, those dark match happened. It didn't even feature on the buy-in itself. It's whatever. But what did feature on the buy-in was the Dark Order of Evil Uno and Stu Grayson being accompanied by their followers of Alex Reynolds and John Silver as the Dark Order goes up against SoCal Uncensored SCU that featured Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky. I tag team match that lasted 9 minutes and 25 seconds, where I thought the tag team match itself was pretty good. In the end, it was the Dark Order winning the match as I thought it would. Because they're being pushed very heavily now, especially when it comes to teasing that the Exalted One is coming. So after the match, the Dark Order jumps SCU and note that there was no Christopher Dance out there. And all of a sudden, we hear a familiar music. And I couldn't believe who it was. It was Colt Cabana. Obviously, because this is his hometown, he came out there using his full ring gear. He beats up on the Dark Order, only for the Dark Order to get upper hand on Mr. I love the kid's dick. Yeah, so I'm not gonna let that go, folks. Colt Cabana, even though I've never seen it, don't ever plan on seeing it. I'm glad I didn't see it, but at the same time, when I heard about it, I can't look at Colt Cabana scene ever again. So all I can think about, all I could envision is that Colt Cabana was kissing another dude's dick. But anyways, but the Dark Order was getting the upper hand on Colt Cabana and SCU. Also, you get some guy, in a hoodie robe. He comes out, he reveals himself, and it was Christopher Daniels. And he goes up to beat up on the Dark Order, basically showing his allegiance that he is not part of the Dark Order. He is still with SCU. And there you go. Now, who could the Exalted One be? The Exalted One? I think the Exalted One will reveal himself pretty soon. Either this week on Dynamite or maybe weeks to come. Maybe those to try to tease more of who will be the Exalted One behind the Dark Order. And I think it will be Matt Hardy, you know, or against Matt Hardy. His contract is now up for WWE. But who's to say that he resigned with them? But who knows what's going on with Matt Hardy? Only Matt Hardy can decide what Matt Hardy is going to do with his life. Where he tends to still be in the wrestling business. If he sticks with WWE, it's a lost cause. And they'll be wasting his career again, like they always do. Or he could come to AEW, sign a deal with AEW, and he could be have the full creative control that WWE never gave him. Or tends to bring back Broken Matt Hardy for the Broken Universe to come back, and for he to be the Exalted One, and he will delete like he always does, and he will basically he'll be a free man away from WWE. That's basically that's what best way to look at it too. But we'll see how it turns out. Let's see if there's any more updates of it. If Matt Hardy is gone for WWE for good, but who knows? Who knows? But yeah, that was the buy-in. And now we get to the main show itself. They did the opening of the video package of AEW Revolution, which is the lineup matches that took place. Basically the important matches that will be taking place. We'll get to all that once we get to it. We get also another opening where it pertains to I already forgot her name. Wrote my notes down where it pertains to gain her name. But she sang American the Beautiful, the Stars Spangled Banner. And I thought it was pretty good. Pretty good singing there for the national anthem. Start a review of it for pro wrestling event within AEW Revolution. So that was done. Also, we get to the opening match, which they announced this during the buy-in that this was going to be an opening match. After seeing this one being the opening match, I wish this wasn't the opening match, but the opening match was Jake Hager defeating Dustin Rhodes in a singles match that lasted 14 minutes and 40 seconds. The match itself, it was decent, at best solid. It was kind of the match that I expected to be. Nothing to really look forward to it other than two wrestlers going at each other, or just to Dustin Rhodes trying to get back at Jake Hager for what he did to him months ago, which is breaking his arm. So basically, this didn't have any lot of this was all basically coming back to full force, with punches and everything. And about Jake Hager's wife was there, or fiance. I think he kind of not her. I'm pretty sure he's married to her. But don't quote me on that. But Jake Hager had his wife there at the front row. They were making out before the match even started. Jake Hager, he's not wearing a singlet. He's wearing shorts. So he goes up against Dustin Rhodes, and like I said, it was just a decent match on that, or best solid match. Dustin Rhodes at one point kissed Jake Hager's wife, who tried to take a shot at him. Dustin Rhodes blocks it and kisses her, and she said that's disgusting because he had a face paint on, which by the way, this face paint was half. I don't know what's supposed to make of it, but I thought it looked cool though, and his attire looked cool too. I love how colors looked on that show. So in the end, it was Jake Hager, when Aubrey Edwards, for however it happened. I forgot how it happened, but basically, Jake Hager does his usual knee strike to the balls to Dustin Rhodes. Paying homage to what Jake Hager did during his final fight from Bellator. And Jake Hager goes for that submission move, which has been used by Sam Shaw during his time in TNA wrestling with his feud with Ken Anderson, Mr. Anderson. And Dustin Rhodes ends up passing out, and Jake Hager wins the match. But it's expected for Jake Hager to win the match, but should this match have been an opener? No, it shouldn't have been an opener. Based on, because I thought the match wasn't. I thought it didn't live up to the hype. Just blood feud between Jake Hager and Dustin Rhodes. And not saying the match was bad. It was, we're to opener. Those are the weakest opener I've seen in a while. Since the professional, since watching professional wrestling of a pay-per-view. Excuse me. And then next you get to Darby Allin defeating Sammy Guevara in a singles match that lasted 5 minutes. Now, and yes, it just lasted 5 minutes, but only because Sammy Guevara comes out first. He's a Spanish god and everything. Also, Darby Allin had a nice real package before he came out to do his entrance, and he gets in the ring. Sammy Guevara's outside the ring, and then Darby Allin just go for a suicide dive, a topic suicida to Sammy Guevara on the outside. From there, the match hasn't started yet, and they start brawling, from outside the ring. I think at one point they brought into the crowd for a little bit, and then they start brawling around the ring. This around the ring, and there's just using the skateboard as a weapon, and then using the table at one point. Basically, Sammy Guevara put Darby Allin to the table, and all of a sudden they get into the ring, and the match officially started. Now the match has officially started between Darby Allin and Sammy Guevara, where Sammy Guevara could have easily just won the match here because he's weakened Darby Allin already, put him into a table and everything. Especially what he did too with the 630 splash, by the way, the 630 senton splash, and then Darby Allin getting a second comeback here. After getting before the match even started, with the whole the beating happened between two guys. Also want to point out too before match two as well. Darby Allin was going for the two-way suicida, but then somehow his foot got caught up on as he was going through the ropes, and then he crashed and burned and missed Sammy Guevara of hitting him where he's being hanging on the barricade, the steel guardrail in a way. So yeah, I was scared sight there that Darby Allin had there, and in the end, Darby Allin is winning the match either way. Darby Allin beats the Spanish God, and Sammy Guevara. And this is a problem I had with Sammy Guevara, where they call him the Spanish God. Because when you're being called by some similar that's similar to being called God, Master, or whatever. You expect to look strong and win matches. But with Sammy Guevara, with him being the Spanish God, he never backs up of him being the Spanish God because he always loses, and that's my big problem with that. If you're going to be calling him the Spanish God, then you got to make us believe that he is a Spanish God, which means he's got to be winning his matches. But the problem is he never wins his matches. Even when he does win his matches, he always needed help with Jake Hager or someone else in the circle that helps him out to win matches. Other than that, he never wins at all. So what's the point of him being called the Spanish God? But now that you're there, doesn't mean I was angry with Darby Allin winning, because Darby Allin, he's a big star in AEW. There's no disputing that. There's no denying that. Darby Allin is the future of AEW. He's going to be a big mega star for AEW, and there's no way to say otherwise. There's no way else can tell me otherwise. Change to Darby Allin. Darby Allin, to me, he's compared to Jeff Hardy. Some people may not see that, but I can see that resemblance. After the match, Darby Allin tried to take out Sammy Guevara with a skateboard, to his throat. But Jake Hager comes out to save Sammy Guevara, and that was it. Now, what could have been the opener of the show, by the way? It could have been this match, Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara. This could have been the opener. But that being said, this 5-minute match I thought it was a good match. Even before the match even started, with the brawl they were having, it was good too. But then we get to the match, and it's been a pretty good match too. So either way, it was good. So there you go. Next, we get to the Tag Team Championship. The AEW World Tag Team Championship between Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page defending the tag titles against Matt and Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks. This match lasted 30 minutes and 56 seconds, and this was a great tag team match, folks. This had all. It had total nonstop action. It had a few couple wrestlers. It had storytelling. Had drama in it. It had a friendly competition in a way, or potentially friendly competition. It also become a friendly competitive competition in a way. Um, and and especially when Alan Page, spitting in the face of Matt Jackson at one point, and basically talking the back of Matt Jackson because he knows his back injury history back in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and then rotates to with Kenny Omega here after his match against Pac from AEW Dynamite from that Iron Man match where his shoulder was damaged from the aftermatch of against Pac, where the Young Bucks are targeting the shoulder of Kenny Omega. And the story here is that what's going to be Adam Page's role here? Is he going to turn on Kenny Omega during the match, or is he going to turn him on at the match if they lose the tag belts? In this case, Kenny Omega and Adam Page ends up winning, and still the AEW World Tag Team Champions. And by the way, this match had fight forever chance. This match went forever. They kicked out of numerous finishers, and even one finisher was been hit. It was stopped by that person, in the match. Like for example, Adam Page went for Kenny Omega's finishing move, the one-wing angel to, I believe it was Matt Jackson, and then Nick Jackson comes in and break it up. And at one point there was a table moves in the match too, that way, which was a table just at ringside for no reason. So Nick Jackson was put to a table by Adam Page. But this match had a lot to it, flippy flips and everything. It just had a lot. This was the best match on the show, and nothing else could have followed up on that. Not even the next match that could have followed on it, which I'll get to that. So yeah, in the end, it was Kenny Omega and Adam Page winning, with Adam Page going for the buckshot lariat to Nick Jackson from the outside and to Matt Jackson from the inside, and then and because Matt Jackson was legal, Adam Page pins him, and still the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Kenny Omega and Adam Page. And by the way, I should mention this too. By the way, I didn't get to mention this. The stage was great. I love the stage. I love the rampway. Connected to the ring. I love how the ramp looks too. Rotates to the LED effects and all that. I loved it. It was great. Great great stage. Great atmosphere overall of AEW Revolution. I loved it. It was great. So yeah, and after the match, Adam Page did not want to embrace with the Young Bucks. Kenny Omega did. It took a while for him to do it, because it was a lot of bad blood a little bit, but then it ended up being made up. And all of a sudden, Adam Page is waiting for Kenny Omega to turn around, and he's setting up for the buckshot lariat. Like I said, wait a minute, they should win the tag belt. Why is he going to turn on Kenny Omega? I was thinking to myself, is he going to turn on him? And all of a sudden, Kenny Omega turns around, and Adam Page is like, let's go. Because he put the belt down, and he's like, come on. And then he's getting ready to do it, and then he's like, come on. Basically, he wants Kenny Omega to come with him. They can celebrate together. Still tag team champions. And what's the best way for him and Adam Page to celebrate too? Grab a cup of beer from a fan and become drunk man Adam Page. There you go. But yeah, great match, folks. And Dave Meltzer can scale this match from 1 to 5, or just to the 5-star ratings, 5 stars. Or it could pass the Meltzer ratings, because it is Dave Meltzer's ratings, to 7 stars. This match was great, and I can't say anything better than that. Unfortunately, the next match couldn't follow up on it, because the next match was the AEW Women's World Championship. It was between the AEW Women's Champion Nyla Rose, who's the Native Beast, versus the greatest Galaxy alien ever. I guess that's they call her by. Basically, Chris Daniel. So this lasted 12 minutes and 45 seconds. This match didn't live up to what I thought it was going to live up to. I mean, the match was fine for what it was, but there was a couple of spots that was a little botchy for potential Chris Daniel. I believe in my opinion, she was having an off night when she was trying to do the kick up, but she did try to save it in the way where she make it look like you don't face me. I thought that Rose performed the match too very well, but then there was 2 spots in the match where it was not needed. for example, the top rope spot where Nyla Rose will get suplexed by Chris Stanley, but it ends up being messy, and thank God it wasn't, and it ended up not being worse than what it was. But that was not good. And then they tried to go for, and I thought they was going to try to do something again with that. Not really try to go for like a power bomb or to Chris Stanley, but then it looks like she's about to lose her. I don't know. This match, it just lost a lot of cool. It lost a lot of good cool points in a way. It was very disappointing. This was a very disappointing match. I have to say, if I had to say which match was better between Jake Hager versus Dustin Rose, or Nyla Rose versus Chris Stanley, what was worse? I got to go with Nyla Rose and Chris Stanley. I'm sorry, I had to say, which is the women's division. It's just that. It just looked like it wasn't that good at all. They tried their best though, but at the same time, what is trying your best at this point, But in the end, it was not Rose winning. I expect us to lose. Oh yeah, she won with the powerbomb off the top of the way, and yeah. But if it weren't for those two spots in the just the turnbuckles, where it was a total mess of the match. It would have been fine. I mean, it still would have been part of the biggest match on the show, but it would have been, at least it would have been still been fine for what it was. But because of the two spots that was messed up in the match, it just wasn't that good, unfortunately. And in my opinion, if they wanted to do a women's match for the women's title at AEW Revolution, they should have Riho versus Nyla Rose, because let's face it, Riho was supposed to be on the show here because she's on the poster. And obviously not only she was on the poster, but she was on the poster while she was still the AEW Women's World Champion. So what they could have done here, they could have done a rubber match between Nyla Rose versus Riho, where Nyla Rose goes over on Riho. That way Nyla Rose gonna move on to someone else. Because she's already beat Riho twice, and that's it. She's no longer on radar. Because I believe with Chris Stanley, it was too soon for her to get this title shot. I really thought it was too soon for her to get a title shot against Riho back in Dynamite. I believe it was from last month. But I don't know. I just don't know. And I get why they did it too. To start, the rankings that AEW does. They do take it seriously, which is why Chris Stanley got the opportunity in the first place. But at the same time, you have Riho, who should have this shot against Nyla Rose on this pay-per-view, but they decided not to do it, unfortunately. So, but Nyla Rose retained. Yeah, I expect her to retain. She's not going to lose either way. But the question is, who's going to be next in line now? Is it going to be Ricardo Shida? Is it going to be Big Swole if she ends up getting back on her feet? But we'll see. We have to wait and see. But at the same time, the women's roster for AEW is not living up to what I thought it was going to be. I mean, it has its moments, but at the same time, it's not living up to the hype that we all thought it was going to live up to. Unfortunately, because it's missing something. It's missing that oomph that the women's division needs in AEW. That is what it is. And unfortunately, with Nyla Rose versus Chris Stanley for the women's title, it was supposed to follow a tag team title match, which that was great. This wasn't, unfortunately. Next, we get to MJF with Wardlow versus Cody, being accompanied by Arn Anderson and Randy Rose and a couple of other Nightmare families. And Cody Rhodes had an entrance with Downstrand of the song Kingdom. His theme song Kingdom. And it basically was a band. I loved it. I thought it was cool. Cool entrance from Cody. And also Cody, Cody Rhodes. He's got a new tattoo. Now a Wild Horse story. Basically, it's the American Nightmare logo. That we see on his T-shirt and everything, especially when it takes to the Nightmare family. So he's got a new tattoo, and of all places, he put it on his neck, on this side of his neck, I believe, if I can recall. No, actually, it was on this side of his neck. I say to myself, okay, if you're gonna have a tattoo on your neck, I would prefer putting it on the back of your neck if you're gonna have another tattoo. But instead, you decided to have it right here. So at first story, I was thinking, so wait, is that tattoo, or is that like a war paint or something like that? No, it was a real tattoo. And I said, so wow, of all places where Clay Rose have a tattoo on here. I don't see Clay Rose having since how Clay Rose looks, I don't see him having that type of tattoo right here. I don't get it. Randy Rose even didn't like it. What the hell? But besides that, Clay Rose's entrance was great. As always. Oh, by the way, I love MJF's robe, by the way. Basically it goes with the design color of the scarf. So it was pretty cool. Now this match lasted 24 minutes and 40 seconds, and this match was obviously a grudge match between MJF and Cody. For months has been built up to this heated blooded feud between these two. And they went at it in this match, and it was great. They tore the house down. The fans were into it. It had a lot. It had a lot in this match. Rotates to Clay Rose won right there. MJF got out of the ring. Basically, it did what it had to do, which is MJF being a cowardly heel. He's going to the crowd. He's flipping people off and I'm like myself. I'll say to myself, that's not a good idea when you're flipping people off while you're in the crowd. And then he gets working with a fan in the front row, and he gets a cup of beer from a fan, and then just spear it on the fan. Like wow, like MJF's looking for a death wish, but at the same time, no one did anything anyways, because you have MJF in the crowd, do all this assholes stick to these fans, and these fans didn't do nothing. They didn't try to go after him, they didn't try to lynch him and everything. He basically got away with murder. Oh man, but MJF he's so good with that though. But so Cody Rhodes and MJF is on brawling in the ring, outside the ring as well. MJF also got cut open. Yeah, Randy Rhodes getting involved with grabbing a cup of beer and basically spilling it on basically throwing it to Wardlow. And Wardlow basically was just standing there, no selling it, and all of a sudden he started to go after Randy Rhodes, but our Anderson was right there, but then Clay Rose comes out of nowhere and basically like a cannonball drop kick in the way, and then the match the match went on with Cody and MJF, and then later on that's when MJF started getting busted open. I don't remember how it happened, but MJF got busted open, and then Wardlow was I think he grabbed the ankle of Cody whatever, and then Randy Rose sees this, she gets in the apron, and she goes for a cross body onto Wardlow, but Wardlow catches her, and then all of a sudden. I can't remember how this happened, but apparently after putting down Randy Rose, because our ends trying to go after Wardlow, Clay Rose comes for a running big boot to Wardlow, but Wardlow gets out of the way, and then accidentally hits Arn Anderson, and Arn Anderson was taken out, and then we had Dr. Sampson come to see if he's all right or anything. Basically they were concerned about what happened with Arn Anderson there because it was accidental, and then also we see MJF, he was bloody up. I can't remember how it happened. I'm pretty sure it's because Clay Rose maybe have punched him so hard, maybe whereas it has being busted open, something like that. I can't remember, but the point is MJF was cluttered up. He was wearing a Christmas mask, and it really did show that MJF just got what he deserved because everything he did to Clay Rose. But the match will continue on. While our Anderson is to be checked out by Dr. Sampson. So MJF at one point grabbed the weight belt from Clay Rose, starts whipping him. Well, actually, he tried to whip him. Let me take that back. He tried to whip him. He was going to whip him, but then Paul Turner, the referee, takes it away from him. And then when Clay Rose got his hand on the belt, he whips him one time, and then he's going to do it again. But then Paul Turner's like, no. And then Clay Rose said, come on, just give me one more. And then Paul Turner's like, whatever. And then. But the second one was so loud it echoed the entire arena. That was crazy. So, and then finally we get to a part where MJF he's crawling to Cody Rhodes. He's going to. Oh, by the way, I forgot to just do. Also, later on, earlier on the match, let's say, earlier on the match. MJF went for Clay Rose's injured toe that he got hurt from his match against Wardlow in the steel cage. The whole moonsault where Clay Rose's big toe got cracked or something like that, but he ends up being fine though. So MJF takes his wrestling glove off and he starts biting the toe of Clay Rose with his sock on, by the way. Disgusting. My God. So yeah, I thought she pointed out because I forgot to mention that, so I apologize for that. I didn't bring it up, but I'm bringing it up now. So now, fast forward back to MJF. He's crawling to Clay Rose. He's all played up. He's whining. He's crying. He said, "Please don't no more." And then he's missing the face of Clay Rose. And then all of a sudden, Clay Rose goes for his crossroads, not once, not twice. And he tried to go for the third one, but then MJF countered it and then punches his lights out. And I know from there, he must be wearing his diamond ring. And that's what it was. He had a diamond ring on, and he took off for a second. He goes to cover Clay Rose. And now I expect MJF to win the match, but after seeing MJF pinning Clay Rose, I was in shock. I was like, what? I had a stomach in my face, like, what? Holy crap. Like, again, I expected MJF to win. But the way that was done, that was unexpected. And the crowd was stunned too. They were stunned, they were shocked. They were booing MJF and did his job. Now, where does it lead from here now? I don't know. I really don't know. And they show a replay of it where Wardlow handed the ring to MJF while MJF was in the corner during that time. He was giving the start corner to Clay Rose. So basically, MJF had all planned out beforehand. Clever, brilliant. And yes, this was match of the night to me, folks. I'll get to my highlights of it once I'm done with this. But yeah, this was a good match. We get the next match ends up being a show stealer, by the way, in my opinion. Pac, the bastard Pac, versus Freshly Squeezed from wherever, who weighs in, whatever. And I kidding you, folks. That's how they announce Orange Cassidy, from wherever, and he weighs in whatever. Freshly Squeezed Orange Cassidy. He's being accompanied by best friends of Trent and Chuck Taylor. So this match lasted 13 minutes, and this ends up being a show stealer because, in my eyes, because the question is, did Orange Cassidy try? Is he going to try? He did. And for those who don't know what Orange Cassidy can do, outside of AEW, which is to go to all these indie fans, Orange Cassidy can wrestle, folks. He can do good wrestling moves, and he does it to a critique as well. He's not just all about doing this and putting his hands in his pockets and then doing his leg kicks and then rotates to make Malcolm come back with just train blows. He's not all about doing this. and that's what he did in this match too, by the way, with Pac. And, even Pac did some play kicks to Orange Cassidy too. It was what it was. The match itself, it was what it was. And I get people who are upset at that. Some people may be upset at that because they're a fan of Pac and they know what the reputation is. What reputation of him being a heel and a bastard and all that, where he should not be he should not be stooped into this type of a level of a match and everything. But guess what? Minoru Suzuki is going to be having a match against Orange Cassidy somewhere down the line this year. I don't know when. I just heard about it, but I can't wait to see that match between Minoru Suzuki and Orange Cassidy. Some people were saying the same thing. We were saying more Minoru Suzuki, where Minoru Suzuki should not be doing a comedy stick and everything with something like an Orange Cassidy. So another thing too, Minoru Suzuki has done some comedy before too. I heard he did basically he dressed up like a Bruiser Brody or Minoru Suzuki at one point. I still haven't seen it. I'm trying to look for that though, but I heard stories of it. Minoru Suzuki, he can do some comedy stuff in wrestling too. He's not all just being serious in wrestling, like a Pac. It's all about having fun at the end of the day. But maybe to some people it was too much more business match. It was too overblown, much of a fun in a way. But to me, I thought it was fine, and I thought that they really just stole the show, and the crowd were into it. So Orange Cassidy and Pac, I thought they had a good match here, and I thought Orange Cassidy was a very good performer in this match as well. So at one point, you had Orange Cassidy, trying to get the upper hand on Pac here, and get your best friends out there. Like I said, all of a sudden the Lucha Bros comes out. And I say, so why they come out? So they came out. They go up at the best friends. I still understand why this happened. I don't understand why Lucha Bros came out on the aid of Pac. There's no relationship between Lucha Bros and Pac, unless it's just the way to do a plot or next program, or just to Pac teaming up with Lucha Bros against Orange Cassidy and best friends. That's the one thing. That's the only thing I can think of. But in the end, Orange Cassidy and Pac still continue on, while the Lucha Bros and best friends were out there, and Pac wins with the brutalizer. At the end of the day, Pac, despite the whole thing with Pac and Orange Cassidy with their comedy things in this match, it just ends up being a match too. Not only just was a match, but also had a comedy relief. But despite all that, Pac had to win, because there's no way that they're gonna have Pac lose to Orange Cassidy. Nothing against Orange Cassidy, because Orange Cassidy he is good. But at the end of the day, Pac needed to win, and sure enough, he did. He won the brutalizer, and he refused to let go of the brutalizer after the match, and then he finally let go. And so the bastard shows us again why he is the bastard. So there you go. And finally, the main event for the AEW World Championship lasted 22 minutes and 20 seconds. You have Jon Moxley, who entered into the arena, into the building. He's now in the building. He's going into the to get ready to get into the crowd. It's like a Goldberg entrance, but except he was not in his locker room. He was actually coming into the building. I thought that was cool. Moxley gets in the ring, get ready to wait for Jericho. All of a sudden we see a choir singing Chris Jericho's, obviously represents Fozzy, his theme song, Judas. And I said to myself, wow, that was cool. I was listening, it's kind of weird too, obviously represents to how they sing too. They sound like the church choirs. And the last thing they should be singing is the word Judas. But anyways, so that happened, and you had the crowd singing along too. By the way, I thought that was a good performance. By the way, from the choirs that was singing Judas, it was damn good. And then the Chris Jericho coming out with Santana Ortiz, the La Champion coming out. Chris Jericho, his theme music, his theme song playing of Fozzy's Judas, and the crowds are singing along with the song, because that's the thing now with Jericho's theme. I become man, I become man. Judas in my mind. Just say it. Or just say it. Just sing it. But anyways, the match. Wow, what a match this was. It was a blood type of feud match, a blood heated type of match in a way. Moxley's still wearing the eye patch, by the way. And during this whole time, I'm thinking to myself, Jericho is going to retain. At the end of the day. So Moxley and Jericho were fighting outside the ring, into the crowd. They were basically kicking the hell out of each other and everything. This has been a brutal match, but in a good way. And Moxley ends up getting busted open by Jericho. And there was a huge gash on Moxley from his bat eye, by the way. I say I don't remember which eye it was. But it was this eye that he had, the bat eye, where he had a gash from here, and it was like this small, but it was still bad. That Moxley was bleeding, but they were having it at the end of the match, and it was a good match. And you had Santana Ortiz involved a little bit. All of a sudden, Jake Hager comes out to make things worse for Moxley. Hager one point hits Moxley, and then and the referee Aubrey Edwards was referee. And Aubrey Edwards was getting pushed around by Chris Jericho because Chris Jericho was trying to disqualify himself, because if he gets disqualified, he retains his title. So he's trying to save himself of being to a champion, because he's afraid that Moxley was going to beat him. So I'll point that out. And then also now we get to Hager punching Moxley, and Aubrey Edwards sees this. Aubrey Edwards, she had enough of Jake Hager, and then retains Jake Hager. The rest of the inner circle, she basically says, "You're out of here," to all three of them. As she's trying to kick them all three of them out. Also, Sammy Guevara comes out of nowhere, gets the AEW World Championship, hits Moxley with it, and then he gets out of there. He goes to the ground. Excuse me. Moxley gets covered by Jericho, but Moxley kicks out the same. So match continues. Jericho's on his own at this point. And then Jericho takes out Moxley's good eye by dumping him to the eye there. So at this point, Moxley is blinded. He can't see where he's on. He's trying to get Jericho and everything. He's trying to get to Jericho and all that. And also too, this match, Moxley was being put into the walls of Jericho, but Moxley always countering. Basically, they're based on what where Jason Moxley carrying the Jericho move, the walls of Jericho or Lantern, whichever you want to say. Moxley always find a way to counter and everything, and does his own transmission to his own submission move and everything. It's the same thing that they did with routines from Randy Couture training Moxley to you got to do something that works to escape Jericho's submission move. So it played into the story of this whole thing, of this match, and it was that was great. So Moxley's blind, he can't see. Because he's got the eye that was taken out by Jericho weeks ago, the spike to the eye, and then dumping his eye, Jimmy's eye, with his thumb, Jericho doing that to Moxley. And Moxley at this point he can't see. And Moxley's trying to find everything. He's trying to find him, Jericho know that, and Jericho is in the mirror of Moxley, and and all of a sudden Jericho is set up for the juice effect, and then goes to the juice effect, but Moxley ducks from it. I was wondering, how can you see? Moxley also gets in the permanent shift, but he didn't get the full, trap the arm of it, but he still hits it. And then Moxley removes the eye patch, and his right eye is fine. It's a miracle. He can see. I mean, and another thing, he was playing possum. I said, "Oh, wait a minute." And then when I saw that, I said, "Oh, wait a minute. Are they gonna have a win?" Because my thing about it, while I was talking on the preview, the preview, I'm going to say, while I was talking about your AEW Revolution 2020's preview, that if Moxley's going to become the champion, he's got to see with two eyes. He's got to have two eyes. I want to see John Moxley winning with one eye patch. I mean, with one eye, with having an eye patch and everything. Because that's my thinking of it. Work tends to get behind someone else to be a world champion in their company. So when I saw that, I said, "So wait a minute, okay, that's it. We have Moxley get the belt here." So Moxley goes for the elevated paradigm shift. He goes for a cover, and I was in belief, or was it something else? I'm trying to think of it. I was in awe that Moxley got the 3 count in the win. I was like, "Oh my God, Moxley won the title!" I was so excited. At that point, I'm glad I was wrong on my prediction for this one, because John Moxley, your winner and new AEW World Champion. Yes, I love it. After the match, Moxley is celebrating everything. Moxley's getting a microphone, and also he got a new T-shirt by the way. Which by the way, I love it the way they did it, because it's kind of like with the Super Bowl, where it takes to for example, you get the New York Giants versus the New England Patriots going at each other in the Super Bowl, and they got merchandise out already, for who's going to win the Super Bowl. So the Giants wins. And their Super Bowl merchandise are out of them winning the Super Bowl, and that's for the New England Patriots merchandise gotta be thrown away. So I love that, and it's like WWE did this last year with Kofi Kingston, where just Kofi Kingston with a T-shirt and 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 with the W Championship title belt as well. Was reversing it. They did two things. I think it was a Dan Bryan T-shirt and a Kofi Kingston T-shirt. Dan Bryan, he's still be the W champion. All that he's going to change. He's going to change the world, the planet, all that. Because he's all about saving the environment and all that. And then you got Kofi Kingston, who wants where he it could be an opportunity for him to be the W champion, and then and just to Dan Bryan's championship belt, it could change back to the WWE championship belt. That's basically a good example of it as well, where it changes to that. And then with Jon Moxley, if he wins, then his T-shirts will be selling with him being the AEW World Champion. So the T-shirt is that it's the AEW World Championship belt with the word Mox written across it, basically down across in a way. So that look cool, by the way, the T-shirt. So Moxley wins, and because of promo, it feels real, it feels organic, it feels like it's coming from the heart. And he's talking about we're just pro wrestling. He says it's pro wrestling. Basically taking shots at WWE. He did this for not for me. He did this for all the fans and everything. We're just to love pro wrestling and everything. And then he stopped talking for a little bit, and all of a sudden, someone from the back was playing music, and he's like, "What the fuck?" Because he wasn't done yet, and he wants to continue on. He wants to continue on talking a little more. We're just put it over on AEW and the fans and everything. And also he says, "And now I'm gonna have me some whiskey," and that was it. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna join him and Paige along with Kenny Omega, drinking whiskeys or whatever. At some near bar in Chicago. I'm pretty sure that's what they did. But anyways, that was it. I heard that Renee Young, the wife of Jon Moxley, I heard Renee Young, excuse me, I heard Renee Young was there. She was in the crowd. I think Moxley was celebrating with her. I really couldn't tell. I may have missed it, whatever, but I heard she was there in the crowd, and I heard some word that she was backstage with Moxley and everything. So yeah, so AEW allowed someone from WWE to come to their company, to and support that, and also to be part of the show. And I say to myself, wow, what a concept, WWE. Just saying. Why can't we all just get along? That's the whole. That's what I'm doing. Which is to Renee Young, from WWE going to AEW. Not going there to get a job, just to be there to support her man, Jon Moxley. But I'm pretty sure she's gonna get punished for that too now. Because that's how the E is. You can't be going to the enemies, whatever. So yeah, there you go, folks. That was the show. The show I thought was great. Before I get to my overall rating of the show, let me first get to my highlights of AEW Revolution for 2020. Swerve of the night, Jon Moxley revealing his right eye. It's fine. Shock of the night, MJF pins Cody Rhodes, which, by the way, let me point this out, by the way. Cody Rhodes was undefeated until MJF pinned him. Promo of the night. Obviously, there's only one promo. It was Jon Moxley, so obviously he gets it. Video promo of the night: MJF versus Cody. With the video package of the build-ups for the match. Moment of the night will be this woman, again, I can't remember her name. I'm sure I will her name now. Who sang the national anthem or Chase the Stars Spangled Banner. Best open the show. Interesting of the night. Let's go to Cody, where it pertains to Downstrength, singing Kingdom. The band and all that. So, move of the night. Let's see, who was that? Oh yeah, Orange Cassidy, Stone Cold Millionaire. finish of the night, we had to go to Ellen Page's Buckshot Lariat. I will win with John Moxley's burnout shift, but it didn't look that incredible. So, performance of the night, Orange Cassidy. Show steal of the night, Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Fight forever moment of the night. Fight forever of the night, we could say. AEW World Tag Team Championships. Brutal match of the night. The AEW World Championship. And finally, the match of the night, MJF versus Cody. And my overall strength of the show, now despite the two matches that I thought was the weakest match on the show, Jake Hager and Dustin Rhodes, and the AEW Women's World Championship, despite those two being the weakest match on the show, as far as my overall show rating of the show pertains to the show overall, pertains to everything that happened on the show, and everything that was booked on the show, everything that was just been presented in a way, and plus when John Moxley winning the AEW World Championship title belt, 10 out of 10. And with being said, thank you all for watching for It's a Natural Born Driller saying peace on the streets. This was your AEW Revolution 2020 results. We're pleased to give you this All Elite Wrestling review, the show that took place from February 29, 2020. Until next time, folks, we're pleased to All Elite Wrestling review. Tune in for AEW Dynamite for the follow-up that pertains to AEW Revolution 2020 to see what they can do moving forward. What it is to move to new program and new everything, because they're doing things right, unlike WWE doing things all wrong after what happened at Super Showdown, or should I say Super Shit Show in Saudi Arabia. So you all take care, stay well, stay safe, stay in peace. I'm out. Ta-ta for now.